What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we're going to be jumping into Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. This will be issue number 4 of Dark Crisis. And this really brings us to about our halfway mark. Up to this point, what we have learned is that the Justice League, they're not dead. Pariah is keeping them inside their own little worlds. A world perfectly created for them. While they live out their lives, he has them encapsulated, siphoning off all of their power. This Justice League specifically because it comes from Earth Zero. Pariah's ultimate goal is to recreate a world in his image. A world where none of this bad happened, but we could very well see the tides of this battle being turned, coming out of the pages of The Flash. We had the Flash family who went on a rescue mission throughout the multiverse. They found Barry Allen and they brought him back. And so with Barry Allen being back, he is going to the rest of the Justice League. He is going to attempt to free our heroes and bring down Pariah. Before we dive into this issue, I do have to give a shout out. Being our very first member on the page, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers from I think $2 up to $40. There's tons of perks, loyalty badges, opportunities to be a guest on the show. So a big shout out to Jay. Thank you for being our first member. He is going to be a guest on the show. We're probably going to do a live stream, maybe pre-recorded. We'll see how it all goes. But we're gonna have a great discussion talking about all the comics that he would like to discuss. And that is just one of many perks if you join the membership program for this channel. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so we are picking up with Hal Jordan facing off these Green Lanterns. Jason Todd looking like a Green Lantern samurai. Kyle Rayner wearing a blindfold, presumably being Blind Justice. And Hal Jordan knows that these guys are nothing more than constructs. This was created by Pariah. This is the perfect world for John Stewart. And we have Hal Jordan who gets a little bit cocky, because if these things are like constructs, that means that he has the bigger willpower. He has the power inside of him of a Green Lantern. But before Hal Jordan can actually make his first move, a giant hammer-like construct comes falling out of the sky. But before this fight can even get underway, this is where we have the arrival of the Flash, with Barry Allen coming in to save the day, knocking all 3 lanterns out. He goes up to Hal Jordan, and they try to make this as brief as possible. As Hal Jordan attempts to really try to fill him in on everything, at this point, Barry Allen has already figured it all out. He knows this world is fake. He knows that Pariah is behind it. What he doesn't know is why Pariah needs these worlds. And he has been investigating. Once he was free from his own illusion, he raced from world to world to study each and every one of them. He knows the Justice League of Earth Zero, they have always been the nexus of the multiverse. He knows that Pariah has been harnessing all of the Justice League's energy. And so what Barry Allen is believing is that he is using this energy for something explosive, some kind of ultimate super weapon, to further get this investigation underway. Barry Allen knows exactly who they need to go to, wanting Hal Jordan to join him by his side, because they are going to have to free his mind from Pariah if they are going to get him to help. With Barry Allen carrying Hal Jordan out of here, the two of them zoom off to the next world. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, we have all superheroes that are remaining. They are doing everything they can to help all the civilians. Deathstroke and his Dark Army, they have been laying waste to everything, taking down Titan's tower. The word is out. If you are a superhero, you are going down. And in the Hall of Justice, we have Mr. Terrific, pretty much the smartest individual that is currently on this planet. He has been trying to understand what is going on, and through observing the entirety of the multiverse, while trying to explore the Omniverse, they found the dark energy. And it appears that this dark energy, it pulses and surges, believing that maybe this is some kind of connection to Deathstroke. Now Deathstroke, he hasn't been seen for 24 hours. When the JSA had shown up on scene, they kinda retreated and they prepared for their next attack. The others know that this is just the beginning, that Deathstroke is just the start of all of this. And so while they hope for the best and they prepare for the worst, we pick up at the bedside of Gar. And we have Nightwing, almost in a broken state. Coming to bring the light, we have Alan Scott. Right now, Beast Boy, he is severely struggling for his life. But Alan Scott lets him know that Nightwing can't sit here and dwell on this. He can't feel sorry for himself. He can't feel sorry for Gar. What they need to focus on right this moment is making sure that there is a world he can come back to. Nightwing, he is just unable to get over the fact that he feels like he failed him. There have only been a handful of moments where we have seen Nightwing this far down on himself, telling Alan Scott to just go pick a new Justice League, pick the heroes of your choosing and go do it. Go save the multiverse. But our Green Lantern reminds him that this isn't a matter of a new Justice League. While all of them hold their respective places, while all of them have some kind of importance, right now what the people need is hope. They need a leader. And Superboy has gathered the best that he can with what's left. If they had direction, if they had someone like Nightwing to be there on the front lines guiding them, this could give everybody else the hope. And Alan Scott lets him know that while Deathstroke did all of this, he doesn't believe that he is doing this on his own accord, that it's not just some grudge that he is trying to settle. He knows there is something much darker at play. And this is what brings us to the Legion of Doom. We have Black Adam, who has come to Lex Luthor and the Legion of Doom. He has done this because he doesn't believe that Superboy and the others can do what is necessary to win this war. That, of course, is to start ripping out some spines. Of course, Gorilla Grodd and the others, they're a little bit hesitant to let him onto their crew. As it stands, Black Adam was joining the Justice League, defending himself, letting them know that the Justice League doesn't have what it takes. And what is headed our way, what is coming for us, we have to stop it, and we have to do it now. But before he is able to go into too much detail, there is a giant explosion, a boot on the back of Gorilla Grodd's head. Climbing through all of the debris, we have Deathstroke and his Dark Army. Black Adam almost immediately realizes the black chains across all of their chests. The same chains that we saw on Darkseid and the Dark Army. With Pariah observing all of this happening, we have Joe and Kyle Rayner. Both of them are battling all of these little shadow figures that are surrounding Pariah, keeping them busy, keeping them from being able to get to Pariah. With Kyle Rayner talking some smack, saying that when Hal gets back, he is going to lay a beatdown on you. The only problem, Hal Jordan and Barry Allen, they don't know that they are helping Pariah. With Barry Allen being the fastest man alive, crossing over from world to world, it is speeding up the process of all the machines. And so while they might find the Justice League, they might be able to rescue them. Pariah is saying, but by the time that they do, it is already going to be too late. And that is what takes us to the streets of Gotham, a clockwork city, and its Cape Crusader defending over it. Barry Allen and Hal Jordan showing up on site, letting Batman know that they need his help. Of course, this is Batman. And that means we are gonna see a fight, picking up with Alan Scott, Wonder Girl, Nightwing, and Superboy, letting them know that ever since he came back from Earth Omega, he has sensed something that is very wrong with the Green Flame, with magic. As they make their way out of the darkness, there is a giant portrait. This is of Z. As they sit here and admire this, we have Detective Chimp who shows up. He has been heavily drinking, and that is because Z is gone. And he is taking this very badly. John Constantine showing up and letting them know not to mind the drunk monk. And John Constantine, he begins to fill them in, letting them know that before Deathstroke, they kinda had a small idea that the Great Darkness might be upon them. And they are still trying to uncover if the Great Darkness is in fact controlling everybody, having both of our Swamp Things. And we have Alec letting us know that the Great Darkness is not good or evil. that the Great Darkness is simply is, that it has no desire to control anybody, even going as far to say that he has faced it before. During the crisis with the Anti-Monitor, he had met a baby that grew into an adult man in just a few days. He told him the crisis would impact the spiritual dimension as well as many other things, and that they needed to stop the Great Darkness. But instead of defeating it, they simply put it to rest. And so this might not be the Great Darkness. This might be something that has corrupted the Great Darkness. Someone appears to be using it for their own devices, to take over everything. That's where we pick up with the Legion of Doom versus Deathstroke's army. While this battle goes underway, Lex Luthor figures out that they're pulling power from some kind of outside force. This is the Great Darkness, the one at the edge of the multiverse. He knows now that it is connected to Deathstroke, believing that if he goes for Deathstroke, this will cut off the head of the snake. With our two supervillains clashing together, Mr. Terrific and them are observing all of this happen. Not the fight, but the Great Darkness. Seeing surges of energy within the Dark Anomaly, inside of Batman's realm, inside his little world that is perfect for him. The skies begin to turn red. Black lightning is streaking across the sky. Deathstroke letting Lex Luthor know that he is on the wrong side. Lex Luthor laying a beat down on him, letting him know that he is nothing more than a puppet, than a hired gun, with Lex Luthor getting ready to blow his top back. This is when the Great Darkness reaches out, begins grabbing all of our heroes, as it takes over Lex Luthor, as it takes over the entirety of the Legion of Doom. Black Adam the only one not getting infected. We also see the creation by Pariah. The new worlds are starting a chain reaction. Mr. Terrific knowing that it is far too unstable, that their multiverse can't hold on to these new worlds. Lex Luthor and the Legion of Doom now under the control of the Dark Army. In the palm of Pariah's hand, we have the birth of a new multiverse. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I thoroughly enjoyed this issue. It really did push everything forward. Now the question is Barry Allen in fact too late? Now that this new multiverse has been created, what does that mean for our heroes? What does that mean for the Justice League? While their fate is still hanging in the balance, there is another big question, and that is Black Adam. Why can the Great Darkness not affect him? Why is he able to escape when nobody else is? Now this very well could be just because he's so freaking powerful, but it does feel like there is something bigger at play, because when the Justice League was taken over, he was the only one left standing, and the Great Darkness is able to take people like Darkseid down, though technically the Great Darkness is Darkseid, Darkseid is the Great Darkness. And so that leaves Black Adam as a complete mystery on why he hasn't been possessed by this Great Darkness yet. A lot of notable characters in here: Alan Scott, our Swamp Things, Kyle Rayner. You know, it is fun to see these big events because we get so many opportunities to have really awesome characters that don't get enough spotlight. Me personally being a huge fan of Kyle Rayner, I love any opportunity that they throw him in there. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with this series, with this big event, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, we do now have memberships up, like I said in the beginning of the video, having 5 different tiers from $2 to $40. A monthly subscription to the channel that helps us out in so many ways. Not only that, it gives you a little bit of perks. Eventually, we're going to be adding some swag in there. We're going to get some t-shirts, maybe some coffee mugs, things of that nature. Let me know what you guys might actually want, and I'll add that to the tier. But I have like gaming with you. You guys can be a guest on the show. There's tons of stuff that you guys can do. And if you don't know where to find the join button, there is a link to the membership in the description. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.